Hi everybody, I'm Chad Cool for Northland Outdoors. Just got home from another great morning chasing largemouth bass here in the Northland. Had a lot of good success today, but the bass weren't the only predators that were biting. And one of those other fish came home with me. In fact, they almost always come home with me, and it might be a surprise. It's this guy. Now, I know a lot of you diehard anglers are just cringing looking at this, the undersized northern pike. Most anglers, and I can say that confidently, feel that this little guy is the scourge of our Northland lakes. Yes, they are everywhere. Yes, they steal a lot of lures with their super sharp teeth. They've earned some horrible nicknames, hammer handle, or my personal favorite because of his ultra slimy protective coat, the snot rocket. That's not even nice. Most people think they are not good table fare because of an elaborate bone structure that, when filleted like other fish, makes them really tough to eat. But I'm here to tell you that you can turn every one of these into some of the best fish eating you've had. I have got a method of cleaning these little guys that will give you fillets that will stack up against anything else you put in the hot oil this summer. All right, we've got our volunteers up on the table now, and I'm normally gonna do a traditional fillet of, say, a walleye or a salmon or something along those lines. You know, you'll just start at the sides, take off the side, flip them, skin them, and then take out that rib cage, and you're done. Well, a northern poses a bunch of problems because it's got a really intricate Y-bone structure in it, and when most people fillet them that way, there's almost no way to get the Y-bones out, and you end up picking bones out of your meat the entire meal, and that's why people are so frustrated and they don't eat these little guys. Well, I'm going to show you the method that I use, and I can almost guarantee you 0 to almost 0 bones every time. What we're going to do is we're going to start with him on his stomach, laid just like this, okay? Pretty fish, really green. We're going to go right about in line with where the gills end on top. We're going to make an incision down, and we're basically just going to take off what I call the back strap. Okay, go right down to where his spine is, you can feel it, and then just go straight back, nice and careful, all the way back to his dorsal fin, okay, and then up. And now we have our first piece of meat, and actually you're going to find that this is the whitest and firmest and probably the best meat on a northern. It's great stuff. Now we're going to take the tail sections off, okay? There's almost no bones in the tail section from the front of the dorsal back to the tail. So we do that just the traditional way, right? Going to make an incision, going to go down to the middle spine. We're going to run it straight back and off. Number 2, we're going to flip him, do the same thing over here. Okay, now we get to the little bit more intricate part of this process, and that's how we get rid of those pesky Y-bones, okay? We do it a little bit differently. Now, if you look on a northern, every fish, if you look down from the top, is going to have that main spine. That's what we always go along when we're filleting on a side and so on. But a northern has 2 more lines that you can see from the top down. The middle spine, right there. And then if you'll notice, to the left and to the right of the middle spine is another line of bones. Those are your favorite and pesky Y-bones right there. Those are the ones that traditionally are really tough to get off. But if you come down from the top, like we're going to do here, you can go around those Y-bones. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to find the edge of those Y-bones and just come right along with the tip on the outside edge of that line. Helps to have a pretty sharp knife. Unfortunately, in my house, that's sometimes hard to find. Now there we have it. So, here is all the pesky Y-bones. Here, this whole chunk is nothing but bone. This is nothing but meat. Right here. So we're going to take that off, and there you have it. That's side meat sans Y-bones. All we're going to do is repeat it on the other side. We're going to find our Y-bone line and just start working the tip of the knife down the outside of that line. And we have it. Now you've got 4 really nice, virtually boneless chunks of meat. Okay, all that's left to do now is skin them. Now there's one last piece with the backstrap chunk, okay? One last piece I want to talk about. There is a small row of pin bones that runs right down the middle of that piece, okay? On a smaller fish, sometimes I don't even bother taking them out because they are so tiny, and once you cook it up, they almost dissolve. You really don't even notice that they're there, okay? A larger fish, however, and I'll show you, first thing I'm gonna do is skin it. Okay, move the skin. Now on a larger pike, slightly larger probably, this one would be right there in the borderline of whether or not I do it, but it's easy. You just go right down alongside that row of needle bones, pin bones, whatever you want to call them. Then you have one clean chunk, and then you just slice off from the other side that row, pin bones. And there they are. There's the pin bones gone, and another beautiful chunk of meat. So there you have it. Now we're up to 6 beautiful chunks and fillets off a pesky northern pike. So the next time you hook one of these things, it blows up, it's ferocious, it fights like crazy, you get it in the boat. Don't start swearing because you got yourself another snot rocket, right? Take that snot rocket home, clean him up, and heat up the oil. Because I'm telling you right now, this is a fantastic fish dinner. Bon appetit, or should I say, no bone appetit.